Hello, beautiful Aquarius energies. Welcome back to my Tarot Nook. Thank you so much for joining me today. I sincerely hope you're doing wonderful and amazing. Thank you for being super great supporters of my channel. I sincerely love and appreciate you all so much. All right, if you're new here, welcome. I do variety style readings on this channel. Everybody, hey, welcome back. Subscribe if you're new. Hit the notification bell, of course, for future uploads. I post weekly. And if you love tarot or enjoy these kinds of readings, hit the like button. I sincerely appreciate it. All right, this reading is for those of you, the collective souls, that are currently blocked or ghosted by the Aquarius zodiac sign. You can be an Aquarius and you could be here to check in on what's up with you because you ghosted somebody, or you could be here for the Aquarius that ghosted you. Okay, that's fine if you're an Aquarius, but this is about the person that's an Aquarius that ghosted you. I just want to make sure I'm clear. All right, so let's see what's going on with them. I do have a lot of questions with a lot of messages to go through for you, and we'll check in to see here what their intentions are as well. So they're in a roaming wild energy right now. This is somebody that likes to take risks, okay, explore possibilities, possibilities in relationships and jobs and experiences. This is somebody that does not want to be held back at this time. Wow, so 3 readings today, and this card has come up 3 times. Virgo, Gemini, and now we are here with you, Aquarius, with the Aquarius energy. You have somebody that's ghosting. It's obviously, let's state the obvious, they are ghosting, but they're also running from a commitment, running from themselves, running from who they don't want to be around you. Maybe they're just trying too much, or maybe they are like not their true self, which their true self couldn't be their best self, and they have to, because you're such a good person. I'm just saying, there's somebody that could feel like, okay, well, this is definitely not a match, or they could have other things going on right now. All right, for a lot of you, this is somebody that is attached and fixated and hypnotized by things. Okay, so they could have told you, hey, it's only you, and if I'm not going to be with you, I don't want to be with somebody else. Or they could have truly meant it at the time, but they're right now in a place where they want to be free, and they don't want to kind of be with the one person that they once told that they wanted to be with. Okay, so at this time, I feel like this is somebody that is struggling. This is definitely somebody that could be dealing with 2 different energies here. So they're longing for you, but they can't be with you. Okay, so there's some type of a pain that's coming with that. I feel like the running could be maybe perhaps because they do feel a certain way towards you, and that's just not who they normally are in their style. So they're becoming like aware of their feelings, but they're in a running state, which really happens in the beginning stages of a relationship. And we have pretending here. So there's somebody that struggles with being, again, something that they aren't. I feel like in the very beginning they could have, again, sold you out to be something, and it wasn't the case. But they're still lost. They're figuring themselves out more so than anything in this journey. They are gonna, they acknowledge the mistakes are made, but they're having a hard time maybe reaching you, communicating with you, in the sense that you would see things as they're seeing it. So it feels like you guys are just kind of totally separate planes right now, kind of like, it feels like, if you're Aquarius here is blocking you, while you're not okay with that, you're fine. You're like, fine, let them block, let them ghost. Okay, and now they're like starting to wonder, like, if they're misunderstanding you even, or if they misunderstood your intentions. Okay, they do lust for you, but they're very non-committal is really what I was trying to get at earlier. So it does feel like when they're around you, their feelings could be real, or their words are genuine, but it's not lasting. All right, and I feel like maybe they really do miss your energy overall, because you are probably something like obviously on their mind right now, and you're like that unique energy that has entered their life. So now it's like kind of like, oh, what am I feeling? What is this and what is that, and why do I like? So they're really kind of in the very beginning stages of understanding meaningful relationships, or maybe even connecting their emotions to somebody else, in this case you. All right, let's see what else is here. Okay, so broken. All right, I feel shattered about the situation, about running, inseparable. Our love is always there despite the distance. So again, I feel like when they say only you and these things, like they do kind of meet them or mean them, but it's not coming from a place where the commitment is gonna be like the next step, or it's not bound to commitment. They feel like they can still feel and like be around you a certain way and not have to be all the things that a committed couple is. And I feel like, again, this is somebody, maybe they like to have different like multiple partners. I'm not saying they have to, but they could. All right, I failed to give you what you need. So again, I feel like it's somebody that's really thinking about those emotions right now. Reciprocity, I want to have, give him. equal give and take. So again, you know, there's somebody, all the things that maybe you wanted from them at some point and they walked away from and ghosted for, are the things that they're realizing they value, and it means it brings meaning to having a meaningful connection with another person. But they're in their shadow side. Okay, you make me realize my flaws. All right, I feel like they really strongly feel like they misunderstood you and your intentions. Okay, and they perhaps ran from that. Very confused. I feel unclear about where we stand. I mean, this is somebody, I feel like the answer, they have the answers, but they just don't know now where things are. Like if something is even repairable with you right now with them. So what else is going on with Aquarius? Why did they ghost? So competition, sibling rivalry. Yeah, you know, again, competition could be a thing. There could be, again, somebody else in their life that may have walked away from, met you, kind of wanted to go back to, or again, they could be in a place where they're just not going to commit to no one person. They could have recently ended up like a long-term relationship, or they're in a path where just something committed and long-term is just not viable right now. But something was very competitive, and I feel like a lot of you, this is somebody that, again, feels like they kind of put things on you unnecessarily, like burdened you with some things, and I feel like they just have some habits that they need to work on. Okay, now some of you, you know, this is somebody that's perhaps looking towards a certain occasion. Maybe they're going to be able to see you or meet you or interact with you or something, so there could be that coming through. They're very desperate right now. I feel like they're just kind of sad. Could be a male energy here, but I do feel like this is somebody that is kind of regretful, thinking like, what the F did I do? You know, something like that. Like, why did I just ruin this for no reason? Somebody that realizes they didn't treat your connection or you fairly. I feel like this whole justice is blind thing is more like on the sense of like they're really kind of not blind to the facts anymore, versus like initially they weren't like necessarily looking or caring. But I feel like this is somebody that if they were dishonest or anything about cheating or lying, the truth is going to be revealed. So I feel like somebody that perhaps wants to bring you the justice that I feel like they feel you deserve to have from them and not from someone else. They regret being, again, I feel like for a lot of you, they regret being towards you something that they weren't normally who they are. So it feels like they were kind of not just wearing a mask, they were just kind of playing a role, all right, until like it just wasn't fun anymore. But I feel like this is somebody that, you know, I feel like you were onto them, and they kind of, I think maybe you have scared them or like kind of worried them, so they didn't want to be exposed. And in that sense, we could have a narcissistic energy here as well, but they're very sorry and they do want to reconcile. All right, so we do have I quit. This is somebody that's quit, that like maybe they're going to quit being who they are or who they were towards you, quit being whatever it is that, you know, puts you and them in a bad place. But you know, otherwise I feel like if they cannot reconcile, I don't think they're gonna, like, I don't feel like they're gonna try to go out of their way at this time, but you know, they're gonna really kind of put a stop on something. They want to fix something, but they want to also put a stop to something. So it's just they're just uncertain which direction to go. Honestly, I feel like for a lot of you, you feel like maybe you quit them, they feel like you quit them, like maybe you should have allowed them to just kind of do this and allowed them to kind of let it happen and kind of reset. But we'll see here what else is going on. Yeah, very trickery energy. They come across very exactly, they come across trustworthy. All right, and this is a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, air energy, but they are using their trustworthiness to manipulate, or they did that to manipulate your connection for their own needs. So I feel like this is somebody that could have been lying or cheating, all right, on their partner, which is you, but they really played the innocent card for some time, and now it's just backfired on them. All right, greed got them nowhere. Somebody that did not apply themselves. They were very like very tricky energy. All right, and very conniving, and that's kind of like, that's not good. Okay, and I feel like when they're ghosting, and the reason they chose to ghost is because they didn't want to be exposed. Okay, so the King of Cups. We also have the Eight of Cups in reverse, the Knight of Wands, the Six of Cups, and the Knight of Swords in reverse with the Nine of Cups in reverse. The Two of Wands, yeah, in reverse. And the the seven of Swords. And then we have the Ace of Cups. Energetically, right now, during this no contact, the current state of their emotional well-being, so to speak, they really want to return with some type of a reconciliation. They're very, very sorry. They want a fresh start. Okay, they could even ask for like a beginning of a friendship, allowing them to be friends and see where it goes. But there's new feelings here that they want to recreate with you, and they want to jump right back in. They want the connection here. They're feeling very bold and optimistic about this kind of taking off for them, but that's their desire is for the potential for something new with you here. That would be something that they would like to actually act on. The King of Cups is coming in terms of like how they're feeling. Aquarius is showing up here. It's a Pisces card, but it's also Aquarius energy, and we have Aquarius energy here. All right, and then here we have Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. So a lot of emotions and relationship kind of like frequency of like ball of frequencies happening here. And I feel like there's just something that's like they're working with their intuition and they're tapping into their consciousness here. They really are trying to put themselves in a very like good place, and they're envisioning things to kind of face their emotions and face you and the emotions that are going to be there, because I feel like this is somebody that really wants you to know they have good intentions or they never meant to hurt you. Now I don't know, again, haha, you know, like you can't go do all this stuff and then come back and say I'm sorry, I never meant to hurt you, but that could be like how they're feeling, and they really want to transpose that. Now if they're coming back into and you're feeling, hey, I have a Magician in the reverse vibe from this versus the King of Cups vibe, you have to also trust your intuition with that because you know them more. But they're trying to be more tolerant. I feel like somebody that really wants to be like bold and like mind, heart over mind energy, compassionate, but they're really having like, again, a separation where they prefer to have their own path. Okay, so they're very stingy with love. All right, and you know, this is somebody that kind of drives you crazy, I think, because sometimes even when things are chaotic with them, they try to act like everything's cool and like they're not scathed or scratched, and it's just like, do they even care? All right, now with the eight of cups in the reverse, a lot of revelations here coming through. I feel like this is somebody that just walked away because they didn't want to deal with the consequences of their actions. They got caught, they got called out, something happened, and they didn't want to, you know, they didn't want this. Is somebody I feel like that tries to kind of spoon feed you the love or attention that they can give you. They put things in a very negative state, almost as though sometimes it's better to kind of keep things, you know, like confusing or like lingering versus having like certainty. So, but there's somebody I feel like that they can't just commit to one energy, but right now I feel like they're dealing with a lot of disappointment. Okay, they avoided change for so long, but now they're clinging on to the past and they want to return and they want to change something, but they're very indecisive. Okay, there's a lack of clarity which direction to take, but this is something where they realize they left for something in somebody else, and it just, you know, they avoided to kind of deal with the consequences of their actions, so they also walked away from you for that, and they're really in a place where they want to kind of bring it back and propose something very like fresh and like kind of feely, touchy. Okay, look, the Knight of Wands, they want to come in your direction here and have a conversation with you. They're on a soul searching path here in terms of, do I really want to do this, and is you the collective here that I'm talking to, is it going to be, you know, something where I can be good at and successful at, and do I really want you guys in my life as an Aquarius? And what can I do? Like, they're feeling like really amped that they can really kind of figure something out. They want to find the truth about how they're feeling though on their own. So they're really kind of in that place. But the sexual desires and the whole, like, you know, fire energy and the high sex drive is very present. So it's very attractions are there quite a bit, but they could easily be influenced by others. So sometimes it just becomes a little kind of a struggle. They are in a very self-confident place right now that they could be, you know, advance towards you and kind of like, you know, come across like more fearless, you know, have that conversation, have look you in the eye kind of thing, make you really believe what they want. That's the energy that they're coming in as, because they're trying to take a risk right now. Okay, and remember, they are sorry, they want to reconcile, and they are also wanting to take risks, but right now they're not so much wanting to, like when they left to take risks to be on their own and do things, is that this is the risk where they want to come back and see if they can materialize something with you. They can't stop thinking about you with the Six of Cups. All right, they do see things as sunshine and roses with you. You bring life into their life, you breathe energy, honestly, so you bring happiness. So this is the facts and the truth that they're dealing with, but there is cheating or there's some type of deceitful energy that happens, and it just happens outside their home. All right, which is making the connection problematic in terms of growth or stability, or just kind of feeling like, you know, transformation and transitions are happening. but this is an energy that wants to come back and wants guaranteed reconciliation, and they don't want to have anything else, and they would rather you not like even say no, at least give it a chance. Please give it a chance is what I'm getting. Okay, communication from the past is inward. It's going to be a little fighty, dodgy a little bit here. There's going to be some like kind of, you know, not so quick, not so easy, Aquarius. I'm not just going to let you in, but there's going to be conversations. Be careful again for manipulative energy, because this is somebody, I feel like this Aquarius specifically, if they feel like they're not being heard or they can't get their manipulation style in, or get you into an accepting state of something, they can easily literally go back into how they are. So this is somebody I feel like is more focused on kind of getting back on track with you and align with you, but there's just a lot of other work. Okay, so they could still lack direction, they don't have all the answers, but they could also get very impatient with you, especially if you hold them back or if you're not going to give them answers. They feel like they need answers because they want to know what to do next. Well, yeah, exactly. So if they're coming through as unfocused and kind of a little, you know, scattered, it's because they're trying to do one thing but they haven't thought of everything. So it's kind of like they still need to figure stuff out. All right, confusion is still here though, okay, and lust. So it's kind of really ruling the reading a little bit. The Knight of Cups in the reverse here. What are some secrets or some things that you need to know with the Knight of Cups in reverse? I feel like this is somebody that definitely obviously wants a reconciliation of some sort, but there's unrealistic expectations associated with this person, and I feel like they come across very unhappy. All right, or even sometimes just kind of impatient, and it's showing up in both areas of like logic and thinking, and also relationships and emotions. So it just feels like sometimes the flow of things or the balance of things is just struggling, and because I don't feel like somebody that has what it takes to grow something healthily. If anything, again, they could kind of feel like sometimes their needs are not being met, or they can come across as though like, you know, they're just picky, like just dissatisfied. Okay, and so if, again, like I said earlier, if you're feeling that vibe from your Aquarius, maybe you need to, especially if you have give them a chance to talk, or like you're talking, like keep this in mind, keep this aspect in mind, because there's signs that are going to be pointing to that. Otherwise, I do feel like, you know, on the big picture, somebody that just has like stability issues when it comes to emotions and balancing things. Even it could be like super rich, super successful and everything, there's still something that's always bothering them. So yeah, the Two of Wands in the reverse. Will they come back? Will there be closure? Yeah, they can come back, but there could be some type of a setback for right now, and there could be closure, but I don't feel like they want to have full closure. The closure they want it to kind of return, because here this card talks about the denial, that they don't need you or they don't want to be around you. You don't, you know, like they could be fine, and it's like the total opposite. It's like crushing them. But again, it's showing up with elements of deceptiveness, cheating, walking away from something here. Okay, the potential here for not having been truthful about a connection or something like that, like doing something outside the home but coming home and giving you the flowers, so to speak. So they're replaying a lot of that. Okay, and so something here, there's somebody that's like fears being alone. Okay, and I feel like they fear being alone, and they'd rather have you feed their, it could be narcissism, but they'd rather have you feed their emotions than have somebody else feed their emotions. Like you're the one that brings like the actual love, and when you make them feel loved. Okay, but it's almost like they prefer that coming from you, but I don't feel like they can return. Give it, you know, give and take is not there, is what the whole reading also was also talking about a little bit. There's a major turnaround here. All right, they're gonna stop waiting around, and they may come back seeking you. They may come towards your direction, come your way. And the Seven of Swords is here. Aquarius energy is here. Okay, and I do not like this energy. I don't like the Seven of Swords. It's a Moon card as well. Be careful, because somebody that's not going to be super honest with you about everything. They're very deceptive. I do feel like somebody that if they feel like things are going to come across as unfair, or they're going to feel like they're going to not fairly be treated, or they're going to get called out, and you're going to set some things like you deserve to be heard, but they don't want to hear. If they don't like what they're hearing, they could literally just like kind of leave. All right, they lie a lot. All right, very deceptive energy. So I feel like for a lot of you, the likely outcome here for the relationship, if things continue as they are, you may feel like, you know, they abandoned ship and they did you a favor, because there isn't a whole lot of healing energy. Because it feels like whenever you question their, even if you go suss their behavior online right now, you could actually get an idea of what it is that they're doing, and it's not somebody that would make you believe that they really care about you. So it's kind of like that where they're sorry and they want to reconcile, but it feels more for their personal fulfillment than it is for yours. To some degree, I do feel like there's, again, if you really think about it, this is a moon energy, and the moon kind of leaves things very indecisive state and sometimes unknown state. Okay, so I feel like this is somebody that you know, even if they want to mend fences, there's a betrayal is overpowering the card, the reading. They will not be honest with their answers, or they could betray you even more by not being honest. So what they feel is respectful or good may not necessarily be the case, because it's somebody that, again, we started with the Magician, we ending up with an Aquarius. This could be an Aquarius element, and it just feels like it starts and ends with betrayal. Okay, it starts and ends with betrayal and dishonesty and trickery, constantly. All right, and so keep that in mind, because they're sorry and they want to reconcile, but they can't help themselves, is what I think is going on. They can't help being who they are. That's what I'm saying. All right, so let's see what some shadow messages are from them, things that they would like you to hear, but they have not had the chance or want you to know right now. Sometimes I hear your voice. I hope you're happy. We are more alike than I admit. I've been here before with others. I am different now. And I'm going to post some soulmate messages between you and them. This could be something you feel towards them or them towards you. You'll know where these messages fall. So there's so much unspoken between us. I need to tell you how I really feel. We were too different. That's why I'm with someone similar to me. I want to see the real me now. I want you to see the real me now. I've been hiding from our love for too long. I am confused about what I should do about my feelings for you. I wonder if you still think about me. How do you feel about me now that you've had time to reflect? All right. And finally, my beautiful energies, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Please let me know in the comments what's going on. If you like this format, it's the first time I'm doing this reading in this style, so let me know. Also, like the video if you have not, and subscribe, hit the notification bell. Love you all so much for supporting the channel in those ways. Thank you. I'm going to pull a spirit animal for you for this reading during this time. Your spirit animal is the rabbit. If you'd like to type rabbit in the comments, feel free to do so. And your keyword is cleverness. Your message is, if you have been going through difficult times, it is time to think outside the box to find the solution. This is also a reminder to avoid neglecting your creative side. If you have let creative projects lapse, it may be time to pick them up again. All right. I love you all. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.